Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs who lived with their mother in a small house. But as they grew bigger, the house became too crowded. One day, their mother called them together. "My dear piglets," she said, "you're all grown up now. It's time for you to go out into the world and build your own houses." The 3 little pigs were excited. They hugged their mother goodbye and set off down the road together, each carrying a small bundle. "Good luck, my children," their mother called. "Remember to build your houses strong and sturdy." "We will, Mama," they called back. After walking for a while, they came to a crossroads where 3 paths split apart. "I think we should each take a different path and build our own house," said the first little pig. "Then we can visit each other." The other 2 pigs agreed, and they said their goodbyes, promising to see each other soon. The first little pig skipped merrily down his path. He didn't want to work too hard, and he wanted to finish quickly so he could play. Soon, he met a farmer carrying a big bundle of straw. "Excuse me, sir," said the little pig. "May I please have some of that straw? I need to build a house." "Of course," said the kind farmer, and he gave the little pig a large pile of golden straw. "Perfect," said the first little pig. "This will be easy and quick to make." In just one afternoon, the first little pig built his house entirely out of straw. It was very simple and very fast to make. "There, all done," he said proudly. "Now I have plenty of time to play and relax." And he went inside to rest. Meanwhile, the second little pig walked down his path. He wanted to build his house fairly quickly too, but maybe just a little bit stronger than straw. He soon met a man carrying bundles of wooden sticks. "Excuse me, sir," said the second little pig. "May I have some of those sticks? I need to build a house." "Certainly," said the man, and he gave the pig a big pile of sticks. The second little pig worked for 2 days, building his house out of sticks. It was stronger than straw, but still quite quick to build. "Wonderful," said the second little pig. "My house is finished, and I still have lots of time to play." And he settled in happily. But the third little pig was different. He was the wisest of the 3, and he remembered what their mother had said about building strong and sturdy. As he walked down his path, he met a man with a cart full of bricks and bags of cement. "Excuse me, sir," he said. "May I have some bricks and cement? I want to build a proper house." "Of course," said the man. "Building with bricks is hard work, but it makes the strongest house." "That's exactly what I want," said the third little pig. The third little pig worked very hard for many days. He carefully laid each brick, mixing the cement to hold them together. He built strong walls, a solid roof with tiles, and even a chimney. It took a long time, and he got very tired, but he didn't give up. Finally, after much hard work, his brick house was complete. "There," he said, wiping his forehead, "a strong, sturdy house that will keep me safe and warm." Now, all 3 little pigs were settled in their new homes, but they didn't know that danger was lurking in the forest nearby. A big bad wolf lived in those woods, and he was very, very hungry. One day, he was prowling around when he smelled something delicious. He growled. "I smell pig, and I'm just in time for dinner." He crept through the forest until he came to the first little pig's house made of straw. Little pig, let me come in," called the wolf. The first little pig looked out the window and saw the big, scary wolf with his sharp teeth. "Not by the hair on my chin. I will not let you in," squeaked the frightened pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." He took a deep breath, puffed up his chest, and whoosh! He blew with all his might. The straw house flew apart like feathers in the wind. "Help!" cried the first little pig, and he ran as fast as his little legs could carry him down the path to his brother's house made of sticks. Bang, bang, bang! "Brother, brother, let me in! The big bad wolf is chasing me!" The second little pig quickly opened the door, and the first little pig rushed inside. They locked the door tight. "Don't worry," said the second little pig. "My house is made of sticks. It's much stronger than straw." But the big bad wolf had followed the first little pig. He arrived at the stick house, licking his lips. Little pigs, let me come in." "Not by the hair on our chinny chin chins. We will not let you in." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." The wolf took an even bigger breath this time. He puffed up his chest until he was twice his normal size, and whoosh! He blew with all his might. The stick house trembled and shook, and then crash! It fell apart. "Run!" cried both little pigs together. They raced down the path as fast as they could, with the wolf right behind them. They could see their brother's brick house up ahead. "Brother, brother, help us! Let us in!" they cried. The third little pig heard their cries and quickly opened his strong wooden door. His two brothers rushed inside, and he slammed the door shut and locked it tight. "The big bad wolf is after us," panted the first little pig. "He blew down both our houses," gasped the second little pig. "Don't worry," said the third little pig calmly. "You're safe now. My house is built of bricks. The wolf cannot blow it down." Sure enough, the big bad wolf arrived at the brick house. He was getting very frustrated now. Little pigs, let me come in." "Not by the hair on our chinny chin chins. We will not let you in." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." He took the biggest breath he had ever taken. He huffed and he puffed. Whoosh! But the brick house stood strong and sturdy. Not even one brick moved. The wolf was very angry now. He huffed and he puffed again. Whoosh! But still, the brick house didn't budge. He tried one more time, huffing and puffing with all his might. Whoosh! But the brick house stood as solid as ever. He was exhausted now. He couldn't blow anymore. He was out of breath. Then the wolf had a clever idea. He looked up and saw the chimney on the roof. "Aha," he thought. "I'll climb down the chimney and catch those pigs." The three little pigs heard scrambling sounds on the roof. "What's that noise?" asked the first little pig nervously. The third little pig looked up at the chimney. "The wolf that's trying to come down the chimney. Quick, help me." The wise third little pig had prepared for this. He had built a fireplace, and now he quickly hung a large pot of water over the fire. "Help me fill this pot with water," he said. The three little pigs worked together, filling the pot with water. Then they built up the fire underneath it until the water was boiling hot, bubbling and steaming. Up on the roof, the big bad wolf was climbing into the chimney. "Those silly pigs," he chuckled to himself. "I'm going to catch them now." Down, down, down the chimney he climbed. The three little pigs hold their breath, watching the chimney. And suddenly, splash! The wolf fell right into the pot of boiling water. "Yow!" howled the wolf, jumping out of the pot. His tail was singed and smoking. He ran around the room, then burst out through the door, running away as fast as he could, crying, "Ow, ow, ow!" all the way back into the deep forest. And that big bad wolf never, ever bothered the three little pigs again. The three little pigs cheered. They danced around, celebrating their victory. "Thank you for saving us, brother," said the first and second little pigs. We should have built our houses stronger like you did." "That's all right," said the third little pig kindly. "But now you understand why hard work and doing things properly is so important." "We certainly do," they agreed. And you know what happened next? The three little pigs all worked together to build 2 more brick houses, one for each brother. It took time and hard work, but when they were finished, all 3 pigs had strong, sturdy homes. They lived next to each other as neighbors, and they were safe and happy. They visited each other every day, had wonderful meals together, and played games in the evening. And they all lived happily ever after. The end.
Thank you, everyone. This is the bedtime story of the 3 Little Pigs, narrated by Niya Bedtime Studio. Subscribe to our channel for more lovely and wonderful bedtime stories. Good night.